Hello everyone, today's lesson is reading page 354. We will continue reading our story, Adelina's Whales. First we listen.
The waters of the protected lagoon are warm and shallow. The scientists who have come to visit and study the whales have explained that Laguna San Ignacio is the perfect place for the mother whales to have their babies and then teach them how to swim. But Adelina knows why they really come: to visit her. Adelina's family lives far away from big cities with highways and shopping malls. Her little village does not have any movie theaters or traffic lights, but she knows that her hometown is a special place. This is the only place on earth where these giant gray whales, totally wild animals, choose to seek out the touch of a human hand. Only here in Laguna San Ignacio do whales ever stop swimming and say hello to their human neighbors. Raising their massive heads up out of the water, they come face to face with people. Some mother whales even lift their newborns up on their backs to help them get a better view of those who have come to see them. Or maybe they are just showing off, sharing their new baby the way any proud parent would.
Continue to the next page. This is Adelina. All right, we listen.
The whales have been coming to this lagoon for hundreds of years, and Adelina is proud that her grandfather, Pachico, was the first person to tell of a friendly visit with one. She loves to hear him tell the story of that whale and that day. She listens closely as he talks about being frightened, since he didn't know then that the whale was only being friendly. He thought he was in big trouble. Adelina looks first at the tight, leathery skin of her grandfather, brown from his many years of fishing in the bright tropical sun. From his face, she glances down to the small plastic model of a gray whale that he keeps close by. As he begins to tell the story of his first friendly whale encounter, there is a twinkle in his eye and a large smile on his face. Adelina and her father, Runolfo, smile too, listening again to the story that they have heard so many times before.
So, this is Adelina, her father, her grandfather, and telling her a story about his first time he met the whales and how was it. We move to the next 2 pages and we continue reading.
In a whisper, her grandfather begins to draw them in. Adelina closes her eyes to imagine the calm and quiet on that first afternoon when his small boat was gently nudged by a huge gray whale. As the boat rocked, her grandfather's and his fishing partner's hearts pounded. They held tight and waited, preparing themselves to be thrown into the water by the giant animal. The whale dove below them and surfaced again on the opposite side of their boat, scraping her head along the smooth sides. Instead of being tossed from the boat, they were surprised to find themselves still upright and floating. For the next hour, the whale glided alongside them, bumping and bobbing gently as possible for an animal that is as long as a school bus and as wide as a soccer goal. As the sun started to set behind them, the whale gave out a great blast of wet, snotty salt water that soaked her clothes and stuck to their skin. The whale then rose up inches away from their boat and dove into the sea. Her first visit was over.
All right, the last page.
As her grandfather finishes the story, he looks to Adelina, who joins him in speaking the last line of the story. "Well, my friend, no fish today," they say before breaking into laughter. After this first friendly visit with the whales, word quickly spread of the unique encounter between a wild 50-foot whale and a tiny fishing boat. Scientists and whale watchers started to come to Laguna San Ignacio to see the whales themselves. Perhaps word spread among the whales, too, because now dozens of whales began to approach the small boats. With brains as large as a car's engine, gray whales might even have their own language. They talk in low rumbles and loud clicks, making noises that sound like the tappings of a steel drum or the ticking that a playing card makes as it slaps against the spokes of a turning bicycle wheel. Maybe they told each other that it was safe to visit here.
All right, what I want you to do after reading those pages, I want you to choose one page and you read it and you record yourself and you share it with me. I'm gonna share with you the pictures of the pages from this page 354. All right, you choose whatever page you want to read, practice it over and over, and then record yourself reading it. And then you have these two pages, 356 and 357. All right, I hope you are enjoying the story and have a nice day. Goodbye.